Rich, it's lovely to be here with you.
Well, it's lovely to see you, Rosie.
And it's an amazing space. There's just so much here that I think people don't realise is on their doorstep. So where did
it's getting there. It's getting there. I mean, when I first opened my shop in Bearwood, it was across the road, and it was only a little shop. And then this place came up for rent, and I knew that I wanted to expand, but I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do. And it's taken a couple of years really to find the right people to work with, and to kind of make the best use of the space, really.
That's it. And you've done an amazing job of the space. You've got a micro bakery. You've got the vinyl shop. You've got this beautiful room, the blue room, where you've got live music. And you're starting a chess club, aren't you, as well?
Chess club starting very soon. That'll be the second Sunday of every month.
Wow.
And we've got various live music events and all sorts of things happening.
And it's open to everybody, isn't it?
It's open to
everybody.
everybody.
Totally inclusive space, which is wonderful.
I mean, I think...
Or is there a caveat?
Well, no, when people talk about, community art spaces, it can sometimes be a bit off-putting, a bit earnest kind of,
Right.
And I don't want it to be like that. I just want it to be... But I want it to be a resource that people can take. Obviously, I want people to come and spend money here, or else I'm wasting my time. But yeah, it's been really, really exciting. It's been really hard work, and a lot of us have put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
But with the studio finally opening.
Yeah, because that's really exciting, isn't it? So people can come and record music, voiceovers.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff can go up there. And we're because myself and Alistair, who I'm working with on the studio, we've both got a background in music education as well. So we've got some ex-students, and we're well positioned to help young people develop their skills.
I have a confession to make, and I don't want to be like a fraud, you see, because obviously here we are with all this wonderful equipment, brilliant vinyls. I don't have a record player.
Well, that's fine.
Isn't that outrageous? But I know I need to
Not really. I mean, it's
But I mean, it does sound different. We stayed somewhere recently, and they had a record player, and I remember being really kind of taken aback at how different the sound is. I'm so used to Spotify now.
Yeah.
Why is the sound so much better on vinyl?
Well, I don't think there's any objective metric you can use that will say it sounds better, but it does sound different.
Yeah.
If you've got a really, really high end, like tens of thousands of pounds worth of playback equipment, then there's an argument that vinyl does sound better.
Yeah.
But I think it's an experiential thing.
Yeah.
I think people like the experience of having a physical object and putting it on the turntable and putting the needle.
Do you think that's
have
part of
you
the
have a connection to the music.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, why does fish and chips taste better at the seaside? I mean, it doesn't taste better at the seaside, but it's just.
But it's all part of the surroundings.
It's all part of the experience, and I think that I think there's a pushback against, modern technology and everything's click on your phone.
Yeah,
and
you don't listen to the whole song anymore.
You don't listen to the whole song. And you put a record on, and you're kind of committing to 25 minutes of just listening to that.
Isn't it? It's almost like a tea ceremony.
Yeah.
But with music.
Yeah.
And is that an experience you want people to have when they come here?
I think so. And people like to collect things as well, don't they? And people like to have things.
Yeah.
When I was younger, we'd have like boxes of photographs, we'd have like boxes of records, and we'd have shelves full of books, and everyone's just got everything
here
on their phone.
And then if you lose it, we go in a panic because obviously it's our whole life.
Yeah, and it's and I think listening to records is the same way that people prefer having printed books to what's it called?
Like a Kindle.
Yeah,
see, I'm like that.
Yeah.
I prefer a physical book and the smell of it and turning the pages, the feel. Someone's laughing at me. Turning the pages and the feel of them.
And why people like well-prepared food rather than a pot noodle.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very good analogy. The other thing I was going to ask as well, because I think vinyls have they've always been very popular, but they can be incredibly collectible, incredibly valuable. And you've got, so what makes a £5 vinyl versus a £700, £800 vinyl, and how do you know when you've got one that's really valuable?
It's supply and demand, really.
Okay.
There are certain records that when they came out 40 years ago, they weren't successful, and not very many copies of them around. And then over a period, sometimes music was made before its time, and people didn't really understand it when it came out in the 1970s, whereas now, so there's the collectible aspect of it. I think, again, going back to books, why do people pay for first edition books? It's a collectible thing, isn't it?
That's it.
I've never been one for viewing either books or records as like collectible objects. I think they should be used. I think records should be played.
Don't have your fancy tea set. Use it.
But I know people who collect, comic books, and they're in like
pristine
glass,
condition.
in frames, and they you don't want to touch them in case you get greasy fingerprint. But I'm definitely of the opinion that
you got something good.
It's there to be enjoyed.
Yeah,
it's there to be played.
Well, we can't chat with you, Rich, without talking about Pop Will Eat Itself.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's coming up to your 40th anniversary, is that right?
Yeah,
you first launched your single.
So when we first started back in 1986, we put our own record out, and it was very much a DIY thing. It's similar to what we're doing here, really, because we've done this completely independently. We haven't had any financial backing, although it would come in handy if there's any wealthy benefactors out there. And I've been really lucky to spend my entire working life involved in music. I was a relatively successful musician. Then I spent over 20 years in music education, and now I've got this business here, which is mostly based around music as well.
Why do you think music is so important for people, for cultures all over the world? What does it do for us as a human kind of race?
I think the rhythm of music taps into something primal within us, and I think the enjoyment of a melody, or people getting together singing, and shared experience, and dancing, of course.
So you a dancer?
Not really, no. I do like a bit of a dance, but I need a couple of
few jars,
bit of Dutch courage. But I used to be a DJ, like a club DJ for ages, so I kind of prefer on the other side of the record players. But
fair enough. But I mean, you've just had such an amazing life. You've been a rock star. You've been a teacher. Was that an easy transition to make, or was it something that was just in you anyway?
I think being in a classroom. If you've ever taught a class, it's a performance, isn't it? It's a tougher crowd. At least if people have bought tickets to see it.
They're ready for it. Gosh, but I know you're really passionate about the local community as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great things happening in Bearwood. I mean, you've seen me on the local Facebook page. Always get stuck in.
Absolutely, I know, putting things right. It's great.
But I think it's better to be part of the solution than be part of the problem.
Yeah, very wise.
And I think the only way that we can keep our high streets alive is by using them, and by there's a lot of people working hard to provide great things on the high street.
That's it. So we don't just grumble about how our high streets.
It's use it or use it or lose it.
Yes, exactly. It's so true. Well, talking of using it, you had a fantastic art exhibition here just the other day.
Yeah. So
tell us a little bit about that. 'Cause you've got more coming up as well, haven't you?
I mean, I met a guy called Paul Lamont who runs like an online community arts magazine called Outside Left.
Okay.
And he's been a real ally for what I'm trying to do here, and helping me to book bands and events. And I had this idea ages ago, because there's so much like empty wall space out there, about using it as a gallery space to get local artists to display their work. So he put me in touch with a guy called Rob Baker, who's put together this fantastic exhibition of his collage work.
They're amazing, aren't they? And they really tie in with the theme of music, and that kind of chaotic, wonderful rhythm.
So we're looking to change the exhibition every 4 to 6 weeks.
Fantastic.
If anybody's interested in talking to us about showing their work or putting on a show or curating a show or whatever, get in touch with us.
Yeah, what an amazing opportunity.
And the same with this space as well. You know, we start to have regular events. We've got the chess club. We've got some spoken word events coming up. We've got some music events. But if anybody's looking for space to do, I don't know. Anything.
Then get yourselves down here. And you've got a really special event on Saturday the 16th of May.
Yeah, so the studio opening on May the 16th ties in with the anniversary of the first Pop Will Eat Itself record being released, which is kind of a cool story in itself. So I'm going to downstairs, I'm going to put on a little exhibition, because I've got a huge collection of memorabilia and ephemera and like tour posters and, you know, just stuff that I've collected over the years, which nobody really gets to see.
It's very cool. And so if people can't come on that day,
it's going to be
exhibition be open for a little while?
Be for a couple of weeks.
Brilliant.
And there's some, you know, some interesting stuff to come and look at. You know, my stage guitars and stuff like that. So
it's very amazing. I just think, thank you for creating such an amazing space that everybody can come and enjoy. You know, it's brilliant. There's so much to do here.
Well, thank you for supporting us.
No, well, thank you very much.
And thank you.
Yeah, and thank you. And thank you. Make sure you come here. And if you haven't been in, if you've walked past and always wondered what it's like in here, get yourself in here, because it really is a tremendous space. And you can just come and listen to music and slow down, which is what we all need to do.